في الآية الكريمة يقول: استفسر عن هذه الآية: والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم. هل الشمس تدور حول الأرض؟
بلا شك هذا هو ما دل عليه القرآن، والشمس تجري. هم يقولون لا، الشمس واقفة والأرض هي اللي تجري، هذا عكس ما جاء في القرآن. فكوننا نترك ما دل عليه القرآن ونأخذ بالنظريات الحديثة هذا لا يكون من المسلم، ويجب على المسلم أن يتبع القرآن.
في الآية الكريمة يقول: استفسر عن هذه الآية: والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم. هل الشمس تدور حول الأرض؟
بلا شك هذا هو ما دل عليه القرآن، والشمس تجري. دل عليه القرآن، والشمس تجري.
The Quran does not say that the sun revolves around the earth. The Quran does not say that the sun revolves around the earth. The Quran does not say that the sun revolves around the earth.
When I was in school, I had learned that the sun, in respect to the earth, it was stationary. The earth and the moon, they rotated about the axis, but the sun was stationary. But when I read a verse of the Quran saying, in Surah Anbiya, chapter 21, verse number 33, it says, Huwa allazi khalaqa al-layla wa nahara. It is Allah who has created the night and the day. Wa shamsa wal qamar, the sun and the moon. Kullun fi falaki yasbahun, each one traveling in orbit with its own motion. Now, alhamdulillah, modern science has confirmed the Quranic statement. The Arabic word used in the Quran is yasbahun, which describes the motion of a moving body. When it refers to a celestial body, it means it is rotating about its own axis. So Quran says the sun and the moon, they revolve as well as rotate about their own axis. Today we have come to know that the sun takes approximately 25 days to complete one rotation. It was Edwin Hubble who discovered that the universe is expanding. The Quran says in Surah Dhariyat, chapter 51, verse number 47, that we have created the expanding universe, the vastness of space. The Arabic word mosiona refers to vastness, the expanding universe.
هم يقولون لا، الشمس واقفة والأرض هي اللي تجري، هذا عكس ما جاء في القرآن.
This ayah comes down and says that the beginning of the ayah, this is Surah Yasin, Surah number 36. لَلشَّمْسُ يَنْبَغِي لَهَا أَن تُدْرِكَ الْقَمَرَ وَلَلَّيْلُ سَابِقُ النَّهَارِ. And then this part, وَكُلٌّ فِي فَلَكٍ يَسْبَحُونَ. The sun does not rebel its orbit that it may come before the moon, neither does, and so that the day may be coming early, nor does the night come before the day, meaning they've got their appointed times. But in the beginning of the ayah, he's talking about light, the moon and the sun keeping their order, not coming out of their orbits. And then he talks about night and day not transgressing. When it's time for night, it's night. When it's time for day, it's day. And they don't transgress each other. They keep their limits. So far, he's talking about the sun and the moon and the earth and time. Right? But then he says, وَكُلٌّ فِي فَلَكٍ يَسْبَحُونَ. And all of them meaning the earth, the moon, and the sun. Because these are the three objects mentioned in the ayah. All of them are floating in their own orbits. وَكُلٌّ فِي فَلَكٍ يَسْبَحُونَ. All of them, falak means orbit, يَسْبَحُونَ to swim or to float. So all of them in their own orbits, they are floating. Now at the time, one belief was, the closer to scientific belief was, the sun is at the center of the universe. And yet Allah is going a step further at this time, 1500 years ago, and what's He saying? The earth has an orbit, the moon has an orbit, and the sun has an orbit. Right? Way ahead of its time. And this is the theme in scientific phenomena in the Quran. It's not talking about something so amazing to you now, but it's something to wonder that how is such an accurate depiction being given of a only lately discovered scientific phenomenon, or scientific phenomena discovered much later to be mentioned in this text. And it's not something, again, this is not something that was boasted or talked about, or as soon as, for example, in Europe, there were other discoveries, Galileo and things like that. These discoveries did not lead Muslim scholars to say, aha, the Quran's been saying this all along. Because it was like, oh yeah, we knew that. The book says it already. It wasn't something, a big deal. And I'm saying that because the scientific is only a recent emphasis. You shouldn't go overboard with the scientific thing. I'm just mentioning some phenomena that are commonly talked about, but it's not necessarily something you constantly, push.